Hi all, this is episode 4 with Ultraviolent 4. It's a vampire assassin. We're playing Uskayaw. Still have to pause for a second to think Uskayaw. Yep, that's the one. We just entered Lair. Our character is sort of in a pretty strong spot at the moment, I feel. We've been training many things, but we're sort of coming out of the other side of that. We've got quite a lot of stealth. Our hexes are getting to the point where we can more reliably hex stuff. I want to say that our invocations training isn't so amazing yet. Our Yusk abilities are still kind of weak. The few times, well, not the few times, but the times when I've used line pass and that sort of thing has not confused them for very long. But we'll keep going with that. Our blowgun's really good. Our short blades are almost at the point where min delay is gone, and so on. So I like where our character's at right now, and in just a little bit more, we'll really sort of pop out the other side of this this approach of trying to do 100 things at once. All right. So the other thing of note is that we finished a Bailey in the last one. I know that one usually always has a potion of experience. I think it always does. So I would love to find a stack of ID scrolls and find the experience in here. Because if we could throw all that experience, say, into invocations, or maybe invocations and hexes, that would do that whole thing I was just talking about of being really strong. We're still picking up stones. Seeing as we have 11 tomahawks and 7 javelins, which are plenty of things to throw, along with all our needles with the blowgun, I think we just stop picking up stones now. Hey, more ice blast charges. Nice. And hey, more enchant weapon. He's just sleeping. He's a hippogriff, so he can fly, but he is flying while sleeping over lava. That sounds insane. I mean, I guess it's like, so fish, when they sleep, they still swim, because otherwise their gills wouldn't take in any water and they would drown. Do you call it drowning? No, because they drown in air. I guess they just asphyxiate. Anyway, the point is, maybe hippogriffs are like that, and so they have to fly when they're asleep. But anyway, it seems like it would be much easier if he just slept on this tile, rather than flying over lava. Anyway, we stabbed him. Rest in peace. We're going to keep enchanting our blowgun. We've already put 6 in, so at this point, we're going to go to 9. What's really good about this is if we manage to get off a stack of stabs and we can chain them, we're going to keep our piety up really fast. That's an ID. I don't remember which ones we found in the Bailey, so I guess we just go by number? No, I'm going to go with S. Let's go coppery potion. No. Never lucky. 7 scrolls of enchant armor. We did find a crystal plate armor. We could have a +7 crystal plate armor right now. With a large shield. That's more legit than it sounds, because we could completely abandon our hexes and just rely on the fact that we have needles to stab stuff. That would work. But no, I don't really want a +7 crystal plate armor. In addition to being really bad at spells, we'll also be really bad at dodging stuff. Seeing that you need 23 strength to overcome the encumbrance penalty, and we only have 13. That's a book. Can we import it to us? No. Let's see if we can ensorcel. I did make some macros for these. That's an ensorcel macro. We actually just miscast it 3 times in a row at 22% chance to fail. It's only a 24% chance to get him anyway, so there's not a lot of point. Alright, so I'm going to poison him to make him sick, and then we're going to kite him. Komodo dragons do surprisingly high damage. They can bite for up to 34. Come on. There you go. I was pretty unlucky though. There's Erica. At the moment, the smoke over the lava is blocking line of sight. But if it weren't for that, she'd be able to see us through this glass. So I think it would be better to leave her for the moment and then to come around from the back, where hopefully we could use something to block line of sight so we get fewer stealth checks. Water moccasin. So exploring around this way. Alright, so I'm trying to set up a line pass here. I was going to try to stab them all and to really get our piety going, but I didn't. Alright, so now this one's, two of them are confused. So with our, if we can stab them here, it should get us to 3 piety really quickly. It didn't. We didn't stab any of them. That kind of sucks. Alright, well let's at least not be in a point where they can all hit us at once. What if we now, in Sorcerer's a 40% chance. Alright, so we stab him, we get to 2 piety. Let's try a line pass again. Okay, now if we stab one, we should get to 3 piety really quickly. Alright, well we did, but then the fun was over. Gotta practice our dancing here. That's a Book of Minor Magic. That's a really good find. Apparently we have no spell levels. That is because I've trained 0 points of spellcasting. I guess we should do some spellcasting, but I would love to have the blink spell right now. That would give us an escape to get, when we end up in melee with something, and I want to bat form and not die, it would let us blink first and then become a bat. Also, if I accidentally walk us into a dead end, which I'm likely to do at any point. So let's put on spellcasting. Let's have more skills. We'll do a skill target for spellcasting for 2. So we won't train much. We'll just do it a little bit to get more spell levels. Okay, I'm going to see. So I'm using, well, kind of, whatever. We went through all that trouble to try and block line of sight to stab her when really she could see us most of that time anyway, but we made it. We should probably hex him. Alright, so we'll keep hexing these ones. As we stab them, there we go. So we got the 3 piety. Everyone's now paralyzed, so now let's just start stabbing. And now we got to 4 piety, so they're now all linked. So if we can, well, some of them came out. Problem is that it's the same as with the line dance. That's, what am I trying to say? That the extent for how long it lasts depends on your invocation skill. So they didn't stay paralyzed for long, and they started all waking up. We made it to 5 piety though, so we now have grand finale. The problem here is that, again, its failure rate depends heavily on your invocation skill. So we can't really use it yet. We're going to need more invo. What's a thing look like on him? 26%. That's too high. So how do we get that guy? Confuse on him is 35%. Oh, we got him. Alright. So now while he's confused, let's try some ensorcelled. Nope, we're out. How much piety does grand finale take? Oh, sorry, mana. It requires 8. That's a huge amount of mana. Huh. Alright. Well, it's at 61%. We don't have 8 mana though. I was kind of tempted to just see it. We could just blow up one of the blink frogs. Oh, okay, so everyone got paralyzed again. Okay. So I don't know how this works. How Uskayaw works when it's an extended fight like this, where You don't drop below 3 piety. It seems like maybe just after a period of time, things can start getting paralyzed again. Maybe it's like a cooldown. Anyway, everything's paralyzed, so let's go. We get to stab it all. We're going to pick strength. That was actually really strong. And we still don't have 8 mana to grand finale something. One more. Can we get one more piety? No, everything's just dying. There it is. 94%. Let's try. 98% chance of failure. You failed it. Yes, I'm not surprised. So it's two things. It's your piety, and your invocation skill. Oh, you got paralyzed again. It's 97% chance of failure. Let's go. Failed. Again, 98% chance of failure. Failed. Oh well, we tried our best. So yeah, if you've only just barely got 5 piety, you're probably not going to get it off. But particularly when you've only got that and 6 invocations, you're not so good. But we'll get there. We'll keep training invocations for as long as it takes. That was pretty good though. Some of the paralysis there let us get a bunch of stabs off. Kind of just fighting this stuff because I want to paralyze it again. Alright, well we can just hex them. That also works. No, we can't. We are hexing now though. That's pretty cool. Alright, on to layer 2. You hear distant snort, that tells us there's a labyrinth. I really want to get there. We have no magic mapping. In that case, let's become a bat. You fail. How? Oh god. The reason the failure rate has been dropping is because the only way to affect these intrinsic abilities is to get more experience. But we're level 12. You'd think that by level 12, a vampire has figured out how to become a bat. Anyway, we're a bat now. So we move faster, which means we're taking less time to explore. So it's going to make the lab effectively stay around for longer. We could try to stab him as a bat. It won't do much though. If you're fighting as a bat, you're relying on your unarmed combat, which we have 0 of. And I'm looking for messages to give us any indication of whether we're close to it or not. Very distant. So it's not on this part of the map. There's our first one is Snake Pit. You can't see me right now, but I just let out a sigh of relief, but you would have heard me, so that's a bit confusing. Right. Okay, I feel a lot better. The reason for that is because you can't get blood out of insects. So when you get the Snake Pit as a vampire, that is the one time that I agree vampires are really, really annoying, because you have real hunger troubles in the spider's nest because most of the enemies there you can't get blood out of. Even ones that are normally edible for normal species like tarantellas, you cannot get blood out of them as a vampire. Yeah, I think they should... Yeah, they should probably change that. You should probably get blood out of the ones that are normally edible for most species like tarantellas, because it's really obnoxious being a vampire. And what you used to do is come out and farm some other monsters somewhere, get some potions of blood and come back. But now that you have no additional spawns on levels, that's even less likely. Well, it's not even possible. Nearby, so it is somewhere over here. This looks like... Okay, oh, it's right there. Oh dear, that's so much stuff. How do we get in there? Alright, we've got a 44% chance to get him. That's really good. We'll just keep going. We'll keep hexing stuff. Apparently we won't. Okay, that's going to be fun when we come back out. Alright. So hopefully the Hydra isn't standing right next to the exit when we leave. We could become a bat. That's good and bad. We'd be more evasive, but we'd have no AC. So I don't know which would be better. Maybe this one, because we have a shield as well. So we got 8 AC, 7 shield. Is that better against the Hydra, or just more evasion and no AC? Not sure. Either way, hopefully the Hydra won't be right there. He never saw us, so I don't know. And what are we hoping is in here? Honestly, just some identify scrolls. Hey, we've got 5 new spell levels. Let's memorize the blink spell. That's probably the only one of these that we need. Slow is a hex, but kind of a mediocre one. If you're going to slow something, you may as well just confuse it and then kill it. And the things like Conjure Flame or Mephitic Cloud, I don't want to train, particularly Conjurations where our vampire has a -3 aptitude. So I'm actually going to ditch that book. There's nothing else that we're going to want out of it. Is that true? Yeah, it's true. And we probably do want to train a bit of translocations. Not only will that make Blink more usable, but it means that we can import stuff with more reliability as well. We'll see. We'll get our spellcasting to 2 first, and then we'll do a bit of translocations. I'm no longer trying to trigger my audience by training 8 skills at once. We have a 1 of digging with plenty of charges, 23. So I'm just going to dig through in the interest of being faster. I'm guessing that one charge with the 1 of digging is not going to be the end of this character. Although if it is, come back to this particular moment in time, and that will be where we died. I don't know. That would be a... Man, what is going on here? We got a glimpse of black tiles, and then it was all dead ends. Yeah, we're just digging again. My patience is wearing as thin as our skill training is. Huh. Oh, God. Okay, he's right there. I accidentally moved a tile into him. He's got Firestarter. That's terrifying. That's a +7 mace. Gives things inner flame so they explode. That's a lot of fun. He won't explode us, or I don't know, he might. He's not wearing armor, so that's good to know. But he hits for 35 damage, can gore for 20, so we're talking 55, plus the damage of a +7 Great Mace. That's really, really scary. So I would like to get space between him and us. And I think the best way to do that is not to cast Blinks at 60% chance to fail, but to bat form. He's not going to kill us in one shot. Good. We get some space. And then I guess our best way to take him out might well be Needle of Paralysis. Apparently we don't have Curare anymore. Either I left it somewhere, which I don't think so. I think it must have mulched. Yep, no Curare needles. That's a bit sad. Our stealth is really good, so he didn't follow us down here. I think it's worth quaffing back to normal, because we're not trying to stab him here. He's already awake. So I guess what's that thing called? The extra regen is probably more valuable. Come on, Needles of Paralysis. Get there, it did. Oh, we stabbed him in one. Very, very nice. I guess we'll carry Firestarter out of here, but it's a really, really fun item. I think it's my most enjoyed well, it's the most enjoyable item in Crawl because it's so satisfying seeing everything explode everywhere. And in fact, if you're a Gozag user, Gozag worshipper with Firestarter, I've had that before. As you explode the enemies everywhere, they explode in little piles of gold. It's really, really funny. But anyway, I've turned auto pickup off so we can see what items are here before we pick everything up. We've got an artifact plate armor. We've got a bunch of rings with with one artifact there. A wand of paralysis, just in case we needed more ways to paralyze things. We've got our spells, our blowgun, and our god. Let's also just add a wand in there too. Oh, there's an identify scroll. Let's read that immediately actually. I don't care about the plate armor or the rings so much as I wish we just found our potion of experience. So we're going to do the brown potion. There it is. Okay. Before I just insta slam that back, just do a shot of experience. Let's see what else we have here. These books might give us something else that we want to do. Alright, so there's the collected works on the mountains and cold. It's got pass wall in it. Can we just cast that without any training? No. There's also, well, I should be doing it book by book. Okay, never mind. So there's nothing else in there except pass wall. That is good though. Alright, hang on. Let's drop our short sword of freezing. We're going to have to kick out some things here. I'm going to try on this shiny scale mail. +2 poison resistance. Can we cast in this? Kind of, but not really. I don't think we need that. We can get poison resistance by virtue of being a vampire. A plate armor is too heavy for the moment. Although I'm going to carry it out because it's an artifact, so who knows. This book has Searing Ray, Poison Vapors, Freezing Clouds, Spellforge. None of those we're going to use. And finally the Book of Burglary, which in fact, let's immediately learn. We can't. If we could learn, what is that thing called? Passage of Galubria, that would be really good. And in fact, there's another book here. Did we just pick up something else? No, is it all in this one? No. What is in this one? No, it's not that book. We're carrying some other book that has a bunch of really good spells in it. Oh, it's just the Book of Burglary. Okay, yeah, so this also has invisibility in it, which is a hex and allows you to go invis, which for someone who relies on stabbing stuff is an extremely powerful spell. For large portions of a 3-rune game, a lot of the monsters won't be able to see invis. We got Snake Pit. All the Nagas can. That's a bit unfortunate, but I'd still rather that be the case than it's just we deal with having no blood. So this is a really good book for us too. And is there anything else here that we want? No. Alright, so let's get out of here. Oh yep, the Hydra's still there. Okay, I was about to say we're about to get frozen. I think, wait, it's okay, we've got digging. Let's become a bat and fly to freedom. Good. Alright, so we got some things we can drop here. Make a bit of a stash. We can drop the shield, the plate armor, the crystal plate armor. Drop all that stuff. And let's test out our rings. Protection from fire, that's a good pickup. Actually, also, Ring of Ice. Yeah, we'll keep it. Maybe we'll find an ice cave. Curse Ring of Loudness, that's really bad when you're in someone using stealth. And again, oh wait, okay. We found our experience potion, so the next identify score we can use on this artifact ring. Or we could just put it on. You only live once. Oh, the Ring of the Demon Prince. A point of RF, 3 points of RC, strength +3, int +3, and dex -2. Alright, well we're definitely keeping that one. And we're going to inscribe that with equals R. So that means if we go to take this ring off, the game, well first of all, if we just switch rings, the game will assume that this isn't the one we want to take off. We want to take off the other one. But also if we just say remove this, well you can remove it. I could have sworn this was the thing. I had this problem last time and then I asked people and they confirmed that equals R is indeed the inscription you want for that. Now I'm really confused. Okay, no, it is working. So if we explicitly say to remove it, it's not it's not checking. I think you have to use !R for that. But the equals R, just if you go to switch rings, it will assume you don't mean this one. Alright, so I think we can definitely drop our Ring of Ice now, seeing as we have 3 points of RC on our Ring of the Demon Prince. We don't want a Ring of Loudness. And poison resistance, I mean we can carry. If we get in some crazy situation where it's a poison enemy and we're not thirsty, then we could put it on. But as it stands, we've now got 3 points of RC and 2 points of RF. That's pretty nutty. Okay, can we hex a Hydra? About 16%, that's really low. What do we do? I think time to bust out the throwing. So if this goes poorly, we'll become a bat and run away. But I'm going to quiver our javelins and let's put our 7 points of throwing to the test. Missed. We got him. No, we did pretty good damage. We've already got, so this is where the whole idea behind the throwing was that you'd be able to start ramping up the Uskayaw piety before things got on top of you. And it's kind of working here. We're already up to 2 pips of piety and the Hydra isn't on top of us yet. So what we can do is throw another javelin. It will then be adjacent to us, but we can line pass it to confuse it. So I don't mind that. Oh, and it stepped right next to us and got paralyzed. That's really, really strong. Thank you. Alright. And look at all our skills go up with all the piety from the Hydra. Oh wait, I haven't done the experience. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah, because I was still working out stuff and then the Hydra turned up. Alright. We've now got 4 spell levels. Let's do Passage. So we've got a set of translocation spells with Blink, Passage of Galubria, and Apportation. Our translocation aptitude is -2. That's nothing to write home about. But for these utility spells, it's really strong. Well, it's not really strong, but I'd say it's worth it. You don't have to do too much training, especially for Blink. It's only a level 2 spell. But we can drop these books now. Actually, I'll keep walking around with the Book of Burglary because I want to remember that we can train for Invis. And Pass Wall is there, remind me. Yeah, our auto pickup's back on. Alright, so what does that mean? I'm still really pumped about how good that Hydra kill was with Uskayaw using throwing to paralyze it adjacent to us and then stab it. That was a dream, that's what I wanted, throwing and stabbing. Perfect. Perfect, it's actually working. Alright, so let's do our potion of experience. Alright, let's turn it all off. So the fact that we found Invis makes me really want to at least do some hexes. That would take us from 9.1 up to 13.8, which is a lot. It's still early enough in the game that this potion of experience is very significant. What about invocations? From 6.6 to 9.9, if we did both of those, that's still really good. Yeah, okay. I don't mind this. So we get a boost to our hexes, which lets us use our spells. Okay. Alright, let me just gather my thoughts. Alright, so it lets us use our spells to more effectively overcome the magic resistance of the monsters that we're fighting. And then the invocations will improve our Uskayaw abilities. In particular, it will lower the failure rate of Grand Finale when we ever get it, so that we can use it, but it will also make the other abilities last longer. The Confusion Online Pass, I don't know why I keep opening it, because they're not there. It's the Confusion Online Pass and the Paralysis on... whatever that ability is called. What is it called? I don't know, I can't remember. The one that paralyzes everyone. There you go. Okay, Rhyme Drakes, we have 3 points of RC. I'm not even slightly afraid of you. Alright, we're gonna back up. We have our correct armor on, right? Which is a plain ringmail. It's really not that exciting. Actually, I should be throwing at this stuff. Let's not use our javelins. They're more valuable than the tomahawks are. But rather than just waiting for enemies to come at us, we should probably either be hexing them. Well, I'm so glad we just... I'm so glad we just put all that experience into hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times in a row at 51%. And that guy resisted 2 as well. Okay, it doesn't even work. I'm gonna drop Firestarter. Actually, let's try it out. Oh, you can't wield it with a shield. True. I'll show it to you in a sec. If you've never seen Firestarter, it's amazing. Okay, so we gotta take our shield off. Oh, that's got cold resistance on it as well. We're just absolutely swimming in cold resistance. We got 5 pips of it when we're thirsty. And we wield Firestarter. It gives you 2 points of RF, and we have another point of RF. So the explosions aren't going to kill us, I hope. I take it back. We're really not good at this. Are we just going to really embarrassingly die to this porcupine now? We really are. Wow, okay. How much damage can they do? Up to 16, but he's fast. Oh man, I feel so embarrassed now. We can't even just kill a porcupine. Okay. It's 51% chance to hex. I really don't want to use our only fear scroll. I guess we have 10 heal wounds. Let's use one of those. We just cannot hex him. Okay, we need heal wounds again. How many has he? 51% chance to work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row he has resisted. Alright. And I'm kind of afraid to use Firestarter now. I guess 1 explosion won't kill us, but man. Alright, we didn't even explode. Okay, never mind. This is not... This weapon is obviously just evil or something. We're gonna quiver it and then actually just ditch it into the fire. Can't even throw it away. It's just... There you go. You hear a sizzling splash. Goodbye. Okay, I don't want to see you ever again. Get out of my life. That was horrible. I wish I hadn't tried to show it to you. Not only did it nearly kill us and cost us 2 of our heal wounds potions, it didn't even make the enemy explode. Nonsense. Okay, maybe we could stab Gastronok. If he wakes up, we'll probably have to run because his airstrike can do up to 50 damage. We won't be running in bat form though, because when you're flying, his airstrike does even more damage. It's 150% damage. So he could do, if you're flying, he can do 75 damage to you. He immediately woke up. We're leaving. We're gonna X that stair out. We can't go there. We're gonna maybe find him later. It's about a 35% chance to stab them. That's really good. The stab does a lot of damage. Gets us to 3 piety. He gets paralyzed too. Excellent. What does that message actually say for pain bond? It just says it will force foes to share their pain. Hey, identify. Oh yeah, we already put the ring on. Let's go our potions. 3 invis. That's amazing. That's Gastronok. Less amazing. Let's throw some tomahawks. And Gastronok is right here. The wyvern is faster than us, so by running away like this, I'm giving him opportunities to hit us. But that's still less scary than being in vision of Gastronok and letting him have potentially 50 damage airstrikes on us. A really, really easy way to kill Gastronok. Well, maybe needles of paralysis, but we don't need that. Even just regular poison needles. If you stay on the edge of the line of sight, he's really slow. So you can just keep poisoning him. And if he, like this, so on the edge of your line of sight, you poison him. He's as sick as possible. As he approaches you, you just keep walking back. And if he ever airstrikes you for 50 damage, you just leave, basically. It's a pretty foolproof way of killing him. That was an airstrike, but not 50. Got him. He has a plain hat. That's very unexciting. Alright. You can often have magical hats. Magic resistance in particular is very useful. Random effects we don't want or need that. Potion of cancellation. /- tells us our other ones. This last potion we have is either Ambrosia, Degen, or Mutation. I don't really want to drink any of those. Yeah, it was a lot easier to kill him with the the actual stuff we're good with, the dagger of venom. These amnesia scrolls, I just leave them on the ground. If we ever want to forget a spell, we can come back and get them. Ah yes, I knew that at the time. I recognized that vault when we were fighting all the snakes, but then we were trying to get to the labyrinth at the time. But that's a snakebite vault. So snakebite is quite an interesting artifact whip. It's got curare on it, which operates like our curare needles on our blowgun do, but it also gives you our poison. It's a really strong whip. I don't think we need it though. We don't have any maces and flails training, and we're fine using hexes and stabbing stuff using our dagger, our needles, our throwing. We've got plenty of different types of offense already, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Alright, let's see if we can get a group paralysis off. We can. Alright, so now everyone's pain bonded. So the way that this should work is, well, we do a little bit of a dance. And then when we stab this one in front of us, it should stab all of them. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't share the pain such that you do the full amount of damage, but we kind of hurt these other ones. Okay. That wasn't as exciting as I hoped. Oh well. And let's see, grand finale is at 80%. It's at 50%. It doesn't cost you anything, as in your Uskayaw piety is going to degrade as you stop fighting anyway. So let's see if we can get a grand finale off on this crocodile. Insta-killed. Where's the message? Just the crocodile explodes violently. Cool. So the flavor there is that you're merging with them and blowing them up from the inside. So if you've ever seen The Matrix, you know how at the end of the first one, which is actually not just the first one, it's the only Matrix movie, but Neo goes inside Agent Smith and blows him up from the inside. That's basically what grand finale is. Oh, right. Well, we can't. Not that one. I'm doing a macro to confuse something. I've been using ensorcelled hibernation, which is, if you can do it, is usually preferable to ensorcelled. This plane's just thrown me off. That's totally what it is. Ensorcelled is usually preferable to confusion if you can do it, because confused enemies can still hit you. Also, you get less bonus damage out of a confused enemy than one that's asleep or paralyzed. But the Rhyme Drake has protection from cold, which means ensorcelled doesn't even work on him. How can we get this eel? We've got a Wand of Flame, perfect. It insta-killed it. Wands of Flame are extremely good on eels because not only does it make steam so they can't see you to shoot you, but when they're sitting in the steam they die to it. Getting a lot of stabs off. What's our stealth training? Oh, also, yeah, elephants are very hard to hex. They have good MR. But you know what we can do, although this guy's dying to poison, so we don't really need to. I was going to say we could try our blowgun on him and try to paralyze him. And if we paralyze stab him, it's likely to get us to 3 piety, and then everyone's going to get stabbed. What can we do? Let's try one of Scattershot. I want to get to 3 piety, and then we'll just absolutely tear through this pack. An Ice Blast one, maybe? There we go. Okay, everyone's paralyzed. Let's get stabbing. It didn't last very long. Alright, they all came back. We should... No, we don't need to beat that. It's alright. Trying to think. How will we... If we get in a good choke point, where only one can get us at a time, maybe over here, then we can get out our blowgun. That's not our blowgun. That's our blowgun. And we can try to paralyze one and set off the chain again. Alright, we got him. We stabbed him. We got a line pass. It's not quite the same, but maybe. No, it's just our invocations still aren't good enough. And suddenly a million enemies. I was going to say, I hope we don't get pushed off the stairs. We got pushed off the stairs. Oh dear. Alright. Suddenly a lot of things. There's no other stair that we can really go to. What does our blink look like? 47% chance. We mostly fail it. So I could become a bat and then just sort of run us around. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright. I gotta take this really slow because we've got 0 AC. Okay, so the blink frogs can do 20 damage. The elephants can do 25. Okay, new plan. Read a teleport scroll. Alright, and now we just sort of kite around a bit. And try not to die. There we go. Not even close. Who was worried? Not me. Not even close. Please don't wake up. He woke up. He does 34 damage. Never mind, we're going to a bat again. Why is our bat form so ineffective? We're supposed to have 30 evasion, but stuff keeps hitting us. We're gonna call for heal wounds. Hey, more artifact armor. Let's grab that. And we'll just go back upstairs. We're gonna peace out. We're gonna take a breath here, and then we're gonna leave this episode for the moment. So if you join me in the next one, we'll try not to kill ourselves just by using Uskayaw abilities just for the sake of it, and play a bit smarter by not letting elephants trample us off stairs and things like that. We'll also find out what this artifact leather armor is that we just picked up, and we'll try to finish our letter off. See you then.